Right, so in this video I'm going to talk about this year, what it's taught me about life, business and success and failure and everything in between. I remember, when I look at this year in general, I see it as more of a lesson than a success this year. There were moments, there were some really good moments. I've had, some of our we've had our most successes this year as well, but I feel like that was overshadowed by a lot of learning curves throughout the year. So we have had our highest success, our most success, but at the same time that's been overclouded by extreme lessons that we've had to learn. So I'll talk about one of the moments that I sort of came to mind. One of them being, me and Dan sat on a flight from Bali to Singapore in business class, enjoying business class. Never been on a business class flight before that one, and we had Wi-Fi on the plane, and I think 3 of our guys closed a deal. Three different sales guys on my team closed a deal at the same, in the same 3-hour flight, and we must have collected 10k in the bank while on the flight, just new money just coming in. And I was just checking the bank while I was just sat on a business class flight. And it's we had a manager managing the fulfillment. I had 3 closers closing deal. I had 5 closers, 3 of them just closed the deal. Loads of setters working while we're literally just sat on a plane. And that, to me, I was sat there yeah, fuck me, we're making money now. Do you know what I mean? We're making money now. And it was good. It was good. But in the end, fulfillment sort of shut itself because we were closing too many deals. And then, I've sort of had to clear up the mess now, going into fulfillment as opposed to sales. My skill sets are definitely in sales. However, I don't really think, I think my skill sets are in systems. And sales was a system, right? I found out a system and I tested the system until I got it nailed on for each different offer. And that just requires, testing one thing at a time, seeing the result, changing a different thing, and only that thing, and seeing the result. I got to a stage where I was changing way too many things at the same time, and that led to sort of a mass destruction of the whole system. What I should have done in hindsight is changed one thing, saw the result, changed another thing, but I was too impatient. I wanted to see instant results, instant money, because that's just how my mind was programmed to be. And I was sort of getting to the point where all I cared about was the money, and I wanted the money now, I didn't care about anything else. I didn't care about fulfillment. I didn't care about the situation I was going to put my business partner in by onboarding a client that shouldn't be onboarded. That's how it sort of got. And in the end, what happened was, we had our best ever month. I think we did 100k in summer collected, and I was do you know what I mean? It was a good month, and it could have scaled as well. It could have definitely scaled, but the issue is that the fulfillment wasn't there. It just wasn't we just weren't doing what we were selling. We weren't fulfilling what we were selling, and we just wanted to sell this thing that we could sell for so much money and just figure it out on the back end. But that's not how you build a long-term business, So that's how that went. And in the end, I mean, Dan sort of just said to me, like, look, like, well, I mean, we basically just started doing loads of different offers at the same time, and everyone was selling everything. It was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what are we selling? And I just sort of like had a bit of an identity crisis and was just like, what the fuck are we doing? Like I was trying to figure out what I could get Dan to fulfill, but to be honest, it was just all over the place. So since then, I basically had to get rid of the whole team. So I got rid of the whole team, and I just said, like, look, I don't know what's going on right now. Don't know what's going on right now with the business or like my mindset. I need to have a week to reflect on what's going on, and then I'll figure out what we can do next. From there, I basically sat down, had a bit of time to think, and I was like, okay, what am I good at? What do I want to do? And I basically, initially, I was thinking about, I was looking into AI in terms of like AI automation. Okay, can I use my marketing skills, times that by 1,000 or 1 million into AI leverage, and then use that to make a shitload of money with no overheads in terms of staff. And I started looking into that and started, mooching around into that. And I saw that some of the technology just isn't there yet. So I sort of dipped in and out of it. Also, it's very, it's also illegal for like cold callers, AI cold callers. It's also illegal. So that sort of was another roadblock, which was like, all right, like, just can't do this now. So then, in the end, I stumbled across, we had loads of commercial solar clients, so we were giving appointments to businesses who provide commercial solar. And that was sort of our core service that we made money from originally. Basically, we ended up, I ended up jumping back into it just to fulfill the old clients and then, figure out what I want to do from there. But I sort of stepped back into it, started getting, dropping off appointments to customers. And I started thinking, well, number one, this is very easy, going from closing deals to just setting appointments for these companies and charging a boatload of money. It's like getting my closers on a call. It's like getting my closers on a qualified call, but instead I get paid for the call, not the close. And I'm like, all right, well, this is a walk in the park. So I started doing that for the previous clients, and then I was just like, all right, well, let's get this client on so we can cash flow the clients that we're fulfilling off of the other bank. Bang, get a new client on, start giving them loads of staff. They start putting us in a lot of profit, even though I'm just mainly fulfilling old clients and paying my setters good money to do that. But this one new client is just, absolutely wiping all the all of the expenses out of the door. And then I get more clients on who are now on a pay per appointment model on the commercial solar. And I've just scaled up my team now, literally from just me. I was literally doing the cold calls myself. And this is the thing about being a leader, right? When you're a leader, like, do the work. Do you know what I mean? Do the calls. Put yourself in the trenches. If you're a leader, and you're not willing to do that yourself, you're a terrible leader. And you should not be in that position. You need to make sure that you're willing to do the job. So I jumped back in. We're seeing how, I can perfect the script, objection handle, what objections may come up, etc. Then I got a guy on, 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, 6 guys, 8 guys, 10 guys. Now I'm on 10 guys on the team, from 0, literally like a month and a half ago. And I've got 10 full-time people on my team who I'm managing, who are just generating commercial solar appointments every day through my system. And then I'll get a manager in, and then I will tackle another industry, another B2B industry. I think B2B is my strong point in terms of generating leads and stuff like that, because it's harder, and also you can charge way more money for it as well compared to a B2C lead, which is good. So yeah, I like it. I like B2B, and I've realised that my skill set is in systems, not just front end. I mean, look, I learnt the frameworks to sell. I know how to do the emotional sell. I know how to do 2 call close and 1 call close. I know how to get people ready. I know how to overcome objections before you even jump on the call. But the thing is that a front end sales system, right? If you've got a big front end sales system, it's not sustainable. You're better off having a massive back end with a great product. It needs to be a great product. It needs to be something that people want. Needs to be something that people want. How do I know that? Reach out to the customers and say, okay, you're interested in commercial solar? Yes. You interested in residential solar? No, not really. Why is that? The jobs are much bigger. It's a lot more money. Bang. You now got a market which are willing to buy the product. You can charge a lot of money for it, and you're able to fulfill it confidently. And that's what happens, right? You get product market fit, scale up the team quickly. And this team, one team alone that I'm gonna have a team. I'll have a team of 22 managers. They'll be generating 6 figures a month just from that one team. And then I'll do it in another sector, But I think the main thing that I'm trying to get at is, I'm trying to talk about going from a high to a low, like literally not even knowing where I want to take the business anymore, to then, start building back up again and doing it the right way, making money the right way. I'm not saying I was making money in a bad way, because we did fulfill the clients, and I'm still fulfilling the clients. However, collecting cash and then hoping for the best is not the best way to go about things. Right now, I've structured my business based on profit, not on front-end revenue. That is a big key. That's one of the biggest keys for this year. One of the biggest takeaways for this year. Map your income, like actually have your income based on profit after tax, not revenue that just comes into the bank, money that just comes into the bank, money that is in the bank, because that doesn't mean anything.